Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope everyone is having a great afternoon or evening or morning, wherever you are in the world. This is day 11 of quarantine. And I am a little late, so I'm posting a forecast, and I think I posted it wrong. This is going to be for the 27th through April 5th, and my apologies for getting it to you guys so late. The days just kind of seem to be rolling into each other, so bear with me. So we start off this week with days of caution that are going to take place. Sorry, I had to adjust that. We start off this week with days of caution that are going to take place on March 31st and April 1st and 2nd, and we enter into Moonic energy. And the focus will be on the USA. The USA will definitely make the news with over probably 200,000 cases of COVID-19. But anytime we're dealing with this energy as well, we're also dealing with terrible weather and relocation for many people. For some, this may be into a hospital. Mother Earth always lets herself be known to natural disasters, and I was just having this conversation with my mom at the dinner table last night, and she said, oh, the last thing California needs right now is a major earthquake. I hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, me too. But this also represents the beginning and ending to our own things in our own lives, beginnings and endings. This energy rules the real estate market as well. Unfortunately, with this energy, we will see many tragedies pertaining to family. And this usually brings ending of life as well. So, things are going to get worse before they get better. Hi, Christopher, my brother from another mother. Hope you're doing well today on this fine Sunday afternoon. Hi, Kathy. Hope you're doing well too over there, all my East Coasters. I'm doing okay, hanging in there, taking it one day at a time, doing a lot of cooking and a lot of baking. I'm either going to come out of this really physically fit or really fat. At the rate I'm going, it's getting fatter. But it's all good. We're all happy, we're all healthy, and I hope we're all safe out there. So, where was I? On a more positive note, okay, like I said, it is going to get worse before it gets better. And before I get into the positive, the next 18 months are going to be great trials and tribulations for us as Americans. We're getting ready to go through something. Unfortunately, it had to happen. There's no tolerance anymore in this world. We're very segregated. We're very segregated in a lot of ways. We're very divided. And unfortunately, the universe is doing a cleansing. It's cleansing itself. And Mother Earth is relishing in that energy right now. No one can leave California. The borders are closed, Christopher. Arizona State is still open. They haven't quarantined or set a shelter in place, but California, yes, California's borders are closed. It was until April 8th, but I think it's getting ready to go a little longer than that. So, yes. On a more positive note, Mars, which is the desire principle, moves into Aquarius, which represents astrology, New Age matters, on Sunday, March 30th. And this placement usually signifies radical changes ahead in a great many ways. Lots of radical changes getting ready to take place. You know, throw in a Saturn that's in Aquarius, and a lot of changes are going to be made in the next 3 years. Hopefully for the better. I went 3 years out into the forecast, and in my software, I went 3 years out, and I will tell you right now, this is a little bit of hope for all of you out there, because it's not as dark as it seems. You're in Pennsylvania, Christopher? Are you guys shelter in place or are you New York? And Kathy, do you foresee the ending? Okay, yeah, I'm going to talk about that, Kathy. Definitely. Yes, a lot of places are in shelter in place. California is one of them. I know, I think, what, New York, New Jersey. I don't know if Pennsylvania is. Maybe. I think you're in Pennsylvania, Christopher. But Kathy, I am going to answer your question in just a second. Um, I actually see us dealing with this for another, I don't want to say 18 months, but everything is having an effect. There's like a ripple effect going on here, and this is affecting the economy, and so everything is. I don't want to say trickle down, but everything is being affected from this, including our banking industry. Okay, so I do see the next 18 months being hard times. I do think when the weather gets a little bit warmer, and I sound like Trump now, but I do think this virus seems to flourish in colder weather than it does in hotter weather. And hi, Cynthia. Mwah! I hope you're doing well. I'm giving you a big kiss because I know you're having a hard time. Hang in there, sweetie. Hi, Amanda. Hope you're doing well too. Day 11 of quarantine. I know you're in California, Amanda, and so is Cynthia. So we're all in quarantine. But I do think this is going to get better around June, July, August. I'm hoping. Just kind of look to see what's happened in China and how things are being affected there. I keep a close monitor and a close watch on what is in China and what's happening there, and like especially in the Wuhan province. And in that province, I think it was just a few days ago, the people that were under quarantine were able to actually go out and leave their house, and they have been under quarantine since what, late December, mid-January. Yeah, we're in it for the long haul. Of course, their government is different from ours. Ours is telling us to go to church on Christmas or on Easter Sunday. I do think it's going to get better, but you're going to want to look to China and see how they're recovering. Even though I think that their tactics were a little bit different than ours, a little more totalitarian. There's a lot of people in the United States that bear arms, so that might not happen. But just to let you guys know, you guys need to stay home, okay? I'm telling people this, don't be the cowboy and think this is a joke or a hoax. This is not a joke, people. This is the real effing deal, okay? We are in it. But I do think it'll get better by summertime, but it's going to be a long haul here. I mean, I think we're going to be in quarantine for a little bit longer than, for California, I think it's longer than April 8th. I don't know. You ladies in the chat that are in California, did the governor extend that? I have no idea. If you know, throw it on in there in the chat because I'm curious. But March, April, I think will get a little bit better. Not March, April. I'm getting confused now. June, July, I think it will get a little bit better, especially in June. And let me explain why I say the month of June. Okay, so there's this, I practice ancient astrology on the border with Nostradamus methods. So I talk about dragon head and tail, which in modern astrology is the north and south nodes of the moon. These aspects, these modalities have so much power behind them. It's getting ready to shift May 5th of 2020 into Gemini, okay? Once it shifts into Gemini, things will get better, okay? It's a Gemini Sagittarius tail. So I'm seeing better things ahead in June, but the next couple of months, April, May, are going to be rough. And I think the banks are going to have some issues come May. So I'm not a rich woman, and I know all of you watching me are not rich people, but if you do have some savings, I highly recommend that you don't keep all your eggs in one basket and adventure out and explore other things. If you have a lot of money, you're never going to go wrong with real estate. Real estate will always pay itself back in time, but if you have some money stashed away, you need to pull some of that out of banks and into other accounts like crypto accounts. Invest in silver. If you can't afford gold, because gold is really expensive, invest in silver. Silver is the mineral of the goddess. You know, in alchemy, it rules the moon. It's the alchemist mineral for Cancer, especially. So if you're a Cancer out there, silver is the opposite of kryptonite. It's your powerful, what is it? A mineral, just like gold is good for Leo. Leo rules that. So it's a bit of alchemy there. So invest in silver if you can, but don't keep all your eggs in one basket in the bank. Okay. We'll get better in June, but like I said, there's some radical changes getting ready to take place within our country. Our country is getting ready to go through some major transitions. I'm trying to figure out, I don't even see an election, okay? There's some issue going on with the election, and I'm going to have to get on the software one day and really look deep into what's getting ready to happen for November 3rd of 2020. I've heard all kinds of crazy things, from conspiracy theories to I've heard that Trump might cancel the elections, instill martial law, and put himself in charge for however long this goes on. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't see that happening, but I do see something going on with the election in, what is that, November 3rd of 2020? I'll get to that in a couple of months from now. Let's try and get through being healthy and staying safe. That's my priority right now. But on a positive note, this energy placement signifies not just radical changes, but souls born with this natal placement. People with this placement are going to be into technology, computers, UFO phenomena, astrology, New Age endeavors. This creates the astrologer. This creates the UFO paranormal investigator, anything futuristic, but also it creates universal love. And if it's something that this country especially needs, it is that universal love. So let's hope and pray that that happens. On Friday, April 3rd, 2020, Venus, the goddess of love, moves from her governing sign of Taurus. Taurus has been in Venus for a while now, and it's really taking effect on our money, or it has been. People have been focused on love, romance, and money. It's moving into very flirtatious Gemini, so this will be a very interesting time for this placement, because this placement actually will go retrograde on May 13th. Venus will go retrograde on May 13th of 2020. No getting married until Venus gets out of retrograde. No getting involved in relationships until Venus gets out of retrograde. You'll thank me later. But it's on an extended tour in Venus, Gemini and Venus for this placement. So it's spending about 50 or 60% more time in this sign than any other sign because of that retrograde that's going to take place. Now, souls born with this natal placement, they're going to need a partner that has mental stimulation. It's not all about looks for these people. It's more about brains. They're not going to want to be with an idiot or an ignorant person. It has to be someone that constantly is stimulating their mind, because this placement also indicates talents with writing, reading, and photography. So, remember, Gemini is the sign that rules transportation, communication, writing, publishing, short trips, things like that. Anything that has to do with that realm. The postal service is ruled by this energy. The media is ruled by this energy. And when this dragon shifts May 5th, media is going to explode in some way. I'm hoping for the better. There's going to be a shift in media, and something's going to go on with media. Something's going to go on with the post office as well for the better. I'll save that more for when we get closer to the great energy shift, as I call it, or changing of the guards on May 5th. I will explain a little more, and I will also do a horoscope for the 18 months and how this energy will affect you by house and sign. So that's something to stay tuned for. Now, there is one other thing I want to mention, because this is the dangerous one, okay? And I usually, as an ancient astrologer, do not focus so much on conjunctions and sextiles and trines. I do that for personal readings because I believe they're very important for your own personal celestial identity. But I incorporated this in because it disturbed me a little bit. So when I say it's going to get worse before it gets better, I gave you those 3 days of caution, 31st, the 1st, and the 2nd. I also want to mention on April 4th, Jupiter, which is usually very lucky, and it's going to conjunct Pluto. Pluto rules the planet of transformation. So this energy can either be harmonious or the energies can be filled with aggravation. I don't see anything harmonious coming here. I see more aggravation. And I think it's going to take the aggravation of the people to send a little luck from Jupiter their way. Strength in numbers, I guess. When people rise up against oppression or whatnot, you will see some dramatic changes. Look around and see the words that are being dropped. Not that I'm telling you guys to spend a lot of time watching the news, because I can't. I see it once in the morning, maybe a little bit later in the evening, but I do not listen to the news all day long, because that's just insane. But there are certain words being dropped in the news that I call them muggles. Muggles will not be able to identify this, but a soul with higher consciousness is going to be able to see the certain words that are being used. For example, draconian. I don't know if you've noticed this in the last several months. I've watched Fox News say that, drop that word. I've watched MSNBC say that word. I've watched ABC say that word. Draconian. Now, the method of astrology that I practice does in some ways correlate with the Draconis, not to be confused with the Draconian, Draco, the constellation of Draco. Draconian is kind of a negative word for the malevolent energy that's around, whether you want to call it ETs, whether you want to call it malevolent energy. It's a word that is used to control, to dictate. A little worried about it here in the United States. I don't know what's coming with our government, and I frankly don't trust them, but, I guess I got to take it one day at a time, just like everybody else. Okay, so we do have another thing coming, I think, on April 7th. This forecast is only through the 5th, but we do have a full moon in Aries coming April 7th. And that full moon, it's going to be volatile, okay? It's going to be aggressive, and it's going to be angry. And there's going to be a lot of upheaval, especially here in the United States coming, and around the world as well. Usually this is an indicator of some sort of war starting. I hope I'm wrong, but I do foresee December maybe of 2020. We might be getting involved in a war. It might be world war. I'm noticing a lot of things coming through the internet that are accusing China of creating this, and I from the get-go knew that this was some sort of biological warfare of some sort, population decontrol, to control the population and reduce it. I've always felt that. Whether we want to blame it on China, I guess someone always has to be the scapegoat and be blamed for it. It did start there, but December is going to be a very, very bad month for us as Americans come 2020. June will be better, and we will get through this coronavirus. I think everything will start fading out come June. So something to look forward to. But for the next several weeks, we are hunkered down here, and I'm doing a lot of arts and crafts, and I'm trying to keep myself busy. Okay, I'm going back and I'm reading what you guys are posting. April 15th from the CDC. Cynthia is saying recently, as it was May 19th, now they are saying possibly July from the CDC. Oh my God, we're going to be in quarantine that long? Shit. Pardon my French. Okay, Amanda, I personally haven't heard anything new from Cali. All I know is people are talking about all this as a joke. Yeah, I know. Stupid idiots, aren't they? Many are from the Bay Area are coming up here to Tahoe. We went from having 2 infected. Hold on, I gotta go see what you put. 2. I'm trying to see. I'm having 2 infected. 2 had. Oh, so there's 12. Oh my God. I know they're the height we have in Monterey County right now. All the people that are infected, 56% of them are coming out of Salinas, where I live. Crap. That's scary. That is really scary. Hi, Leslie. I have a bit of input on that. I will talk to you after. Okay, yes. Whatever you know, send my way. I'm curious. And Cynthia, you're in LA. Leslie's here in Salinas with me. Christopher is in Pennsylvania. Then we have Amanda in Tahoe. And it says, I agree, I'm in LA and people are still flooding our beach. I know, I saw that on the news. Oh my God, I know. I don't understand what's wrong with people. Do they think they're invisible? I'm not invisible, invincible. I mean, I don't know. I just, if you follow the laws, and I mean, we are set in place as humans to follow universal laws like I talk about. We also have to follow laws that are governed by man. Even our government. If our government tells us, or our governor tells us to shelter in place, and you don't follow those rules, it shows me that you as a human being don't give a damn about anybody but yourself. Then there's the younger generation who think they are invincible. No one is invincible. Just follow the rules. I had to go to the grocery store Saturday. I had to, go into Lucky's, and I gloved up, masked up, went in there, and, I was wearing a mask, and people kind of looked at me in Lucky's like I was a Martian, like I was from another planet. People were in there shopping, and they weren't even respecting the 6 feet away thing. They weren't wearing any gloves, no mask. There were a few people with gloves, but I think I was the only human being in the store wearing a mask. I really do. And I just kind of looked around going, okay, am I being neurotic? Is that it? Because I have to admit to you guys, and this is my own star chart and my own celestial makeup, I was a germaphobe before this. Even my kids were laughing at me the other day because I'm the kind of lady where if I have to go to a public restroom, yes, I'll use the public restroom. And after I'm done washing my hands, if it happens to be I'm using paper towel, I don't actually throw that paper towel in the garbage. I use it as a barrier with the door to the bathroom so I don't have to touch it. I mean, that's how neurotic I am as a germaphobe. So this has made me even worse. What I'm not, though, is a toilet paper hoarder. Luckily, I stocked up to get me through 1 month. Okay, and I stocked up probably a week before we went into quarantine. And I'm really glad I stocked up for the month because there's 5 people living in this house. Every week, I've gone out once a week for the last 2 weeks to the grocery store for certain things, and I've had no luck finding toilet paper. So all you toilet paper hoarders out there, you suck. Anyway, I leave you today. I'm going to pull one angel card before I go because I'm getting ready to cook dinner, and I've been doing a lot of cooking lately and trying to stay busy and doing a lot of writing. I'm in the middle of writing a book about the sun, the moon, and how we can use the moon through medical and beauty regimens. So, but I will leave all of you today with an angel card reading. And I probably won't get on here tomorrow, but I will get on here on Tuesday. See, I'm losing track of time and days. But before I do the angel card, I do want you guys to know there is hope. It will get better. It is going to get a little bit worse before it gets better. Have hope, have faith, stay safe, and don't feed into fear. And that's what the media does to you. Makes you feed into fear. It's scary, I know. And last week I was on Skype with a friend in Italy. And he just sat there and he cried and he cried and he cried. And you know, that's the beauty of having Skype. You can make contact with people all the way across in Europe or India. The beauty, I love Skype. And so, you know, I know Italy has gotten hit hard. It hurts because I have family there. And my family's, you know, grandparents are from Italy. It's hitting the Lombardy region the hardest. The southern part where my family is from hasn't been hit quite as hard. But one of the reasons Italy has been hit so hard is because Italy has Greece as well. Italy and Greece are one of the two countries that have some of the oldest living citizens. And they say a Mediterranean diet is a healthy diet. Maybe there is something to that. But that's why there's a high death toll. And it's not just the elderly, but it has been really affecting the elderly. But it's going to hit here too. I think we're not really into the full throttle of it yet. The next 7 or 8 days, you're going to see the death toll rise over 200,000. Unfortunately, I wish I was wrong, but I'm not. And my heart goes out to all those people. Prayers to all of them. Let's end this on a good note, and let's end it with an angel card. What message do the angels have for us today, Great Spirit? What message do they bring to us today? Wow. Almost one of the best cards in the deck. I don't know if you could see that card. That is the Guardian Angel. Very appropriate for Sunday. And the Guardian Angel is protecting a great many of us. Those of us out there that have light and love in our heart and kindness and compassion for others, those are the ones that are being protected. The ones that are fighting for their lives, those are the ones being protected. Unfortunately, we are on a shortage of ventilators, so the older population is kind of being sacrificed for the younger, and that is a very sad thing. But Guardian Angel is exactly what it is. We have some sort of protection protecting us, and like I said, it's not just necessarily for the United States, but it's for the people of the world, the people who are doing good things. A guardian angel, I pray, is around our medical industry right now, because if there's anybody that needs this angel, it is our doctors, our nurses, our EMTs, our firemen, even our police officers. These guys are on the front lines. Some of them have no protection whatsoever. Guardian angel. And I will read to you what Doreen Virtue says, just because it's important that you hear her side of it as well. You know, I'm not a Christian. I am pagan. And Doreen Virtue is a Christian. So I know it's important for you to hear the Christian side of it. So let me, hold on, I'm looking for it. Bear with me. I'm doing this from my phone because I couldn't get on the internet. I don't know what's going on with the internet. But here we go. Your guardian angel wants you to know how much they love you right now. Your angel's love is completely, hold on, bear with me. Your angel's love is completely unconditional and with all encompassing love. Hold on, I'm reading more. It's telling us, this card is telling us that we are not alone, okay? It's telling us that our guardian angels are here to protect us, especially in times of fear. They're right there. You have to ask for them. And sometimes guardian angels, which are a little bit different than archangels, sometimes guardian angels are people who have passed away that we've once loved. They're protecting us, making sure we get through this hard time. I sure can tell you from drawing this card, I have definitely felt my grandmother's energy and spirit in this house. And my mother for the last week has said to me, every day I dream of my mother and my sister who have passed away. I hope that doesn't mean I'm going to go soon. And I said, no, Mom, that means that they're your guardian angels and they're protecting you from this energy that's going on right now. So, guardian angel, one of the best cards in the deck next to Saint Michael, in my opinion. Have faith, everybody. We'll get through this, okay? And I'll get on here in a few more days. Christopher, you send me that info you have. Like I said, I was having internet trouble, so I decided to do this on my phone. Cynthia, Amanda, Leslie, all of you out there, Christopher, please be safe. Kathy over there in the East Coast as well, stay safe, and I will see you guys again soon. Ciao.